This guide is brought to you by GameOne.com.
Well, we are on our ship. And yeah, we will go on our career in year number 1.
Welcome aboard the space station Chesapeake Bay, sailor.
Yeah.
It looks like you've picked up some standard weapon skills at basic on Coronado Island. Now it's time for your tour of duty. Your tour will consist of 4 postings over 4 years. In this man's Navy, you're given a choice of 3 different postings a year. It's up to you to decide what kind of career you want to have, so choose wisely. Just approach a shuttle bay to receive a briefing on a posting. If you think that posting is right for you, head into that bay to accept the assignment.
Thank you, robot fellow. And all the 3 years we solve here are about skill up our character for the main game. And why didn't I choose a job like this guy here? He's just standing before this panel and doing nothing. Mission selection. Oh, and there are even more guys that do nothing. Mission postings and shuttles. Let's go. So, you have the choice between 3 slots here, which increase different skills of your character, and let's take a look at what they do.
The UNN Lucille is looking for an ops training officer to learn the ship's navigation and data control systems. You'll get your feet wet with the high-tech systems, but also expect some heavy lifting.
Well, 1 hack, 1 strength.
The UNN Lucille is looking for an engineer's mate to help maintain the ship's core energy systems. There's some heavy lifting involved, sailor, but you'll learn your way around the high-tech equipment.
1 repair and 1 strength.
The UNN Lucille is looking for volunteers for their military police detachment. Those sailors can get pretty rowdy on these year-long cruises, so you better not be afraid of a tussle.
No, I'm not. So my choice is the 1 hacking and 1 strength. So, since Fraps doesn't record the screens, I read for you what it does and I made a 1 screenshot. February 13, 2001, 1:02. Your tour of duty aboard the UNN Lucille has concluded. You've spent a productive year. Captain Meyer was pleased with your work, especially with the initiative you showed in physical training. A friendly ensign showed you some backdoors into the ship's primary data loop, and you spent your time off pumping your good old-fashioned iron. You gained 1 hack and 1 strength. The second year. And once again, 3 choices to make. Let's see.
The UNN Carfax is undertaking a mission to examine a newly discovered Class B comet approaching the outer solar system. You'll likely pick up some useful skills working with the high-tech navigation systems aboard this newly commissioned heavy cruiser.
So, Psi Affinity is on how far you can reduce the percent for a hack.
The UNN Pierce is ferrying liberated political prisoners back home from their detention near Saturn. The Pierce has been assigned a detachment of Marines and needs sailors to load, administer, and maintain the arms on board the ship.
Maintenance is all about maintaining weapons, modify items and such.
Laverne, Florida hosts the Navy's premier tactical training school. While maybe not as respected as the Marines facility at Fort Bush, there's a lot to be learned here.
So there I could increase my weapons by 2, my standard weapons, and every weapon in the game requires a specific height of skill in standard weapons, power weapons and such. But since I want to do a lot of hacking, I skipped the 2 in standard weapons and get me some cyber affinity. once again I read for you what you see here. February 11 to 1/1/13. Your tour of duty aboard the UNN Carfax has concluded. It was a good year for you, but not a great one for the Carfax. After taking a surprise hit from a small meteorite that separated from the larger mass, the Carfax was forced to limp home with 3 casualties, including the chief navigation officer. You stopped in and filled his shoes, and by then, end of the year, you became quite skilled with the neuronav interface. You gained 2 cybernetic affinity. And the last year, Cool. Hey, somehow I know this dance. What's that? Dum da da dum da dum dum da dum dum da dum da dum dum da dum dum da dum da dum dum da dum. Hey, Margarina. Hi. Ah. 3 choices to make.
The Navy's Marie Curie research facility on Aquinas 4 is currently conducting research on a new strain of spaceborne virus that killed 220,000 citizens of New Atlanta. To lift the quarantine, we must determine how the virus pierced the city's micronanite shielding.
What could research mean? Researching objects, I think. Activate the text.
The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate.
So endurance increases our stamina, and this doesn't mean anything else as we get more health and stuff.
The Navy strongly encourages every sailor to undertake some amount of zero-G training. A year at the Yamamoto space station in Earth's orbit will more than suffice.
So, and if you fail in the zero-G training, then you become one of the zero-G mutants or what? So I go with endurance. February 9, 2114. Your tour of duty at the IO Survival Training Facility has concluded. You managed to survive your year there, barely. The encounter with a descendant of a Citadel-stationed tiger mutant put you in the sick bay for a month. You've learned to respect the wonders of biogenetics and have trained your body to excellent physical conditions. You gained 2 endurance. Citadel Station Tiger Mutant. Citadel Station was one research station 40 years ago, and there was a virus tested which concluded mutant, and this Tiger Mutants, some of the creations. Anyway, my year's over. Let's go to the final assignment on the VonBraun. Ha! I'm so amused. I want to go there. I want to help to secure the people on the VonBraun during my duty on the Rickenbacker. Order from Captain William Bedford Diego, UNN Rickenbacker. Assignment to the VonBraun escort mission. Soldier, your application to join the crew of the Rickenbacker has been approved. Report to Shuttle Mayfair at Port Francisco at 0400. Get ready to become a part of history, soldier. Signed, William Bedford Diego.